So you give them 25. When it starts at 25, it'll just go. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. Man. Yep. It's Easter. This is an amazing moment. For us to gather like this, you need to know that millions upon millions of people are gathering in a unique way this year, but gathering to celebrate what we call Easter or Resurrection Day. It's a big, big deal. You need to know why, though, because if you and I don't pay attention to this, if we don't dive into this, then we're going to be like thinking this is just some sort of religious thing that we're obligated to. And I know the old days we wear our finest clothes and get together, and I know it's different, but it has not lost its power. Easter has not lost its power, and we need to go after that. Here's how it plays out. Jesus, the central figure of the whole story, he's died. He was crucified, proven by fact, and his body was placed in a tomb. His body laid there, and it was sealed up. Many people know, you can just Google this if you want, that guards were placed, actually, and that was abnormal, but they didn't want anybody stealing the body, so they put guards up. They rolled a giant stone in front of the actual tomb. A few days later, two ladies went to go do what was a ceremonial thing, burial spices, to put burial spices on the body. They knew showing up that they'd have to ask the guards that were guarding to move the giant stone so they could go in. They were grieving. It was a sad time to them. But when they show up in their grief with their burial spices, their plan, their agenda is interrupted. There weren't guards guarding. There wasn't a giant stone in front of the tomb anymore. And of course, out of curiosity and fear, they went in. When they entered the tomb, they saw a young man clothed in a white robe sitting on the right side. The women were shocked. But the angel said, "Don't be alarmed. You are looking for Jesus of Nazareth, who was crucified." This is important. If you read the Bible, this is documented and saying, yes, he died. This was not pretend. This was not a party trick. He died. He died for you, for me, for all of us. He isn't here. He is risen from the dead. Look, this is where they laid his body. Again, more proof. Leaning into, there's this moment of, they're going, what's going on? We're afraid, we're sad, and this is the Easter story all summed up, all in the Bible going, Jesus was dead. He was killed. People saw it. It's documented. And now he is alive. People didn't do that. You can't do that. You and I, we can't do that. And so for years upon years, Christians have gathered all over the world going, Easter is amazing. And many of us, we were like, yeah. He beat death. And for some of us, we're like, that's where we landed. That's where we thought the subject ended. That's what we thought was the end of it all. He beat death, so he's cool. I'd like to lean into this. What does the resurrection of Jesus mean for me? Because it's not an invitation into a religion. It's not an invitation into being a part of some social group where you're like, hey, our leader did something no one else can do. That's neat. Oh, this has everything to do with what you and I right now are experiencing, what you and I call now the new normal of life. So Jesus, he resurrects, and there's tons of witnesses that see him alive, walking around. He talks to people. In fact, they talked to many people. They estimate that well over 500 different people had conversations and saw him alive. And one of the groups that Jesus sought out to talk to after coming back to life, after resurrecting, he talked to his disciples. And it's what he tells his disciples that is one of the most profound Easter moments for you and I. But even beyond Easter, it's something that you and I can pick up at Easter and carry the rest of our lives. Literally every single day, every day, not just Easter time, you and I can carry this every single day. What are you and I? So what do we learn from Easter? Well, look what he told his disciples. Jesus came and told his disciples, I have been given all authority. All of it. I have been given all authority. If you want to well, where? In heaven and on earth, everywhere. Notice that when Jesus comes back to life, when he's talking to people and having conversations, think about what you would say and what he did say and all that. He says, I've been given authority. I have authority. You know what he's revealing to you and I? He's bringing it up, and I think you know this, but maybe you haven't thought of it this way, that you and I have an authority. In other words, here, you and I have a throne in our lives. You and I have someone or frankly something saying, I'm in charge.
I'm sorry. I saw you moving. I was like, oh, going to the TV.
Oh. I was wondering why, need to do all that again? You might have to edit this. I don't know that I can do that. Because that's what broke down the other day. My brain just starts to now piece stuff together that. What do you mean? What can I? That's where sorry, man, my mind it's hard for me to. So help me know what I would do.
Just read the scripture, talk about authority, go to the throne.
Okay, I can try. How do I do on time, though?
It really screws me up on time to figure that out.
Yeah, we'll have to start over. Man, I liked that. Well, how much time did I use?
6 minutes? I think you're right on track.
So, why can't you just start the timer at 19?
It'll be close enough.
What do you mean?
It won't be exact.
Why?
I'll give you 20 minutes to take from the scripture.
Okay. So how do I lead into the scripture? Look what he said.
You can just start reading the scripture.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to start over. And if this part isn't as good, can you just cut it later? I don't think I could just start in the middle and sorry, man, my brain now just